Hello everyone, it is Pat with our Oracle card reading and message for this upcoming week. Beginning today, the 15th of July, going through to the 22nd. Jeez, we're halfway through the month already. So I'm going to start today like I usually do with the Archangel Oracle cards. And yes, I did shuffle already in the interest of time, and there were 3 that spilled out for us when I was asking. So I'm just going to go with that because that's, that's how I am. I go with what spills out. So anyways, let's see. All right, we have Metatron here with this message of prioritize. So focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So it feels like for some people this has to do with getting organized around a vacation, all right, that's coming up for you, or a trip away or something like that, or some kind of family gathering that's going on. All right, it just feels like there's a lot of little pieces that come into place, and if you're a family that has a lot of children, it might be organizing them and getting it together. So if it feels overwhelming, we have Metatron as an angel who helps to bring order to things, kind of like Raguel. He's helpful with record keeping. But also focus. And if you're dealing with children who are hard to get focused, as they sometimes can be, he's a very helpful archangel to work with you that way. But he's also a really good angel to work with when when there's just a lot of things that you feel like you have to do. I know for myself sometimes there have been times I've been like, okay, which of the priorities is more of a priority than the rest of the priorities? When there seems to be a lot of things that need urgent attention at the same time. Metatron can help you to prioritize and organize around those priorities, okay? So really ask the angels for help and intervention in times like those, because rather than getting stressed out, the angels will always help you with things that bring you peace, including intervening in the physical world at times when you feel kind of overwhelmed with things and stressed out from that pressure. They can affect the physical world in ways that helps just things work out better than you expected, either through other people or things that just work out. So anyways, that's the beginning of our week. It feels like you're getting organized around something because it feels to me like a vacation, but it could be a family thing, or maybe you're getting ready for a new job that you're going into, and there's just things that you need to get organized for around that. So having certain documents in order or what have you. I do feel like there's some people out there this has to do with legal matters as well. Okay, so you're getting yourself organized around that. For some of you out there, it's also just looking at, you're kind of taking some time, stepping back, maybe having some time to yourself, and you're looking at what your priorities are in your life, okay, in the bigger picture of your life from this point on going forward, okay? You're looking at, you might have been just coming out of a situation where you weren't terribly happy about, or that could have worked out better, and you're just kind of looking at things saying, you know what are my priorities in my life? Or if you had a health scare, you're kind of looking at, okay, who and what is my priority in my life? So that's what I get around that message, the beginning of the week, okay? We also have Raguel with this relationship harmony card. And it says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are now being resolved now. So Raguel is the harmonizer archangel. He helps to harmonize relationships when there's been conflicts in families and legal battles and things like that. I know that came up a little bit with this card. I felt like that was a message for somebody. So he brings in order and harmony, just like the same way that Metatron can help you organize your priorities. But Raguel takes it a step further. Part of his energy is that he helps to coordinate when many things have to come into play. So if you're going into a situation where you're worried about any awkwardness with people, or from past events or a falling out that's happened or something like that, ask Raguel to bring harmony. Ask him to harmonize things, okay? So he's working with us this week in our relationships. So it's a clear message that He's working with us on relationship issues this week. So, the last one is Haniel with this message of sensitivity. Okay, so the message on the card says you're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now, so honor yourself and your feelings. So, you know, there's a lot that's going on in the world, a lot of disruption. There's a lot of people, like the people in Japan, the people in China, people in areas of the world like Hawaii that have been undergoing in this, you know, the volcano eruption, the people in Guatemala. So there's masses of people who are feeling very disrupted. They've had a lot of loss. And for those of you who are sensitive, you pick up on that. I want to say be careful of watching too much media. It's certainly good to watch the news, to, you know, and look at the news online to keep up on what's going on, but try not to allow yourself to be inundated by it if you are someone who is very sensitive. Okay, you can't take on the loss and the grieving of the world. But anyways, it's a reminder that you're sensitive to the environments around you. Especially if you're finding, you may be noticing that, you know, there's some that are just too harsh for you, that you need to move away from. You're looking for, you need gentler environments. But what I get about that card is, just in a larger way, there's a lot of people in the world who are grieving losses right now, or suffering losses. And you may be sensitive to that, and to people going through, you know, difficult times. So sensitivity is also related to food too. Food sensitivities. You may notice that you personally are getting, your body is getting a little bit more sensitive to certain foods, certain ingredients in foods that you've liked for a long time. I get dairy coming up really big for a lot of people, and I know dairy's one of mine that I'm sensitive to. I really shouldn't be eating it. I still do with ice cream once in a while. Hey, it's summertime. But I do feel sympathy for the poor cows, and I stay away from it by and large. But a lot of you are finding that you have a real sensitivity to dairy. If you eliminate it from your diet, you'll probably find out there's some symptomatic things that are clearing up for you. This card also is letting you know, for some of you out there, has to do with your sensitivity in terms of information, intuitive information that you're receiving. You're picking up on stuff, you're picking up on messages, you're picking up on, they call that being sensitive, when you can pick up on the energies and intuitively know what's going to happen. So you're becoming more sensitive to that. And, you know, for some people it freaks them out a little bit in the beginning until you get used to it, but just understand it's your own sensitivity. Okay, so those are our Archangel messages for the week. And now I'm going to step into some from the daily guidance from your angels. Okay, so I'm getting into the messages from, actually this is the daily guidance from your angels cards. Okay, so for the beginning of the week, we have this message of go for it. And this is right in alignment with Metatron's message of you know, prioritize, get ready, but go for it. It says, your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on the situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. So it's telling you to go for an opportunity that's in front of you. Okay? I know I mentioned that some of you are getting organized around vacation, but this has to do with an opportunity that comes up that you're excited about, but at the same time, maybe you've been a little unsure of it. So it's letting you know that it's pretty straightforward. Go for it. What have you got to lose? You know, and what I like in this image is that she's on the horse, and the way the branches come in here on the side, you know, on either side, it's like there's a gateway, and it's guarded by two cats. Which I think is significant in this. There's a gateway that's opened here. And remember I talked last week about that. Last week we were talking about manifesting and dreaming big. And so what this card is letting you know is that you've attracted in some opportunities, so go for it, okay? Middle of the week card, assertiveness. So this goes in, when I say it goes in line with, I'm thinking of the way the 3 cards came out with the archangels. And, you know, these cards, like this would have come, if I laid them out, you know, in front of us, the first one I held up was Metatron, and then the second was relationship harmony, and then the third was Haniel with sensitivity. So this would have come up right under Metatron's card, prioritize and get organized and go for it. Okay, this would come up under, it would have been laid right underneath the relationship card with Archangel Raziel. And this card says, the situation can be healed gently and with love as you've requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. So it's letting it, as you know, the card from Raziel was relationship harmony. So it's letting you know that the situation can be resolved, but it's also important for you to speak your truth in the situation, okay? Sometimes people hope, you know, when there's been a falling out, they think or they hope that, oh, enough time has gone by, and so, you know, just let bygones be bygones and never really talk about it and what have you. But sometimes it's important. It's important to say what you need to say in the situation. It's important for someone to hear so they know how to amend their behavior or what, you know, what they did that bothered you, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a need for some assertiveness and speaking up. Don't, I guess it's an urging not to brush it aside, and if someone's, you know, reached out to you or is trying to reach out to you in a situation where there was a falling out or what have you, you know, don't just brush it off as a, oh yeah, it was in the past, and not that there's anything wrong with doing that, letting the past be the past, but what this card is showing you is that it's also important for you to speak up and speak your truth in the situation, okay? Set your own boundaries, and because it's important for you to be heard, okay? So, and don't worry, what the angels are saying is they'll help you say what you need to say, lovingly, in an adult with the right words, etc. You'll get your point across, okay? That's why they said there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with people, okay? So the end of the week brings this opportunity to forgive, okay? And it says, the situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Hold the intention of seeing the other person's inner divine light and goodness. We will help you release unforgiving thoughts, feelings, and energies and lift you to a higher place of peace and compassion. So, you know, it just signals that that's maybe a place that you come to, that you're, you know, after you've gone through this and had the conversation and spoken your truth, you may be more willing to be in a place to forgive. Okay? No one's forcing you to forgive. It's just that it's letting you know the opportunity is there. And it, you know, when you've forgiven someone, it doesn't mean that, you know, you have to be buddy-buddy, charmy friends again, or, you know, make nice, or, you know, it's just saying that you're letting go of the residue from the past. And you may be going on, and you may be reconnecting with this person. You may be going on in a new and a different way. You may, or you may not. You know, you may have just put the past in the past, and you each continue to go on your separate lives in your own separate ways. But it just represents the opportunity that's there as a form of healing, okay? And which always does come about from better understanding of everybody speaking their truth, okay? And that's what Raguel is immensely helpful with, okay? So it's an interesting week coming up, and well, you can put your thoughts and comments below. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon, and I hope you all have a lovely week. Thank you so much for watching my videos.